Wow.
Yo. We are back with episode 141 of the Until Next Week podcast.
We got no jobs. We got no money.
We got no problems. No jobs, no money, no problems.
I have so many problems.
You have so many, and your legs are one of them right now. Let me tell you.
But I'm not thirsty.
Just want to let you know we did get a new country listening to the pod. And yes, it is
Spain.
Palestine.
Dang it. Yes, let's go.
So, woo, shout out Palestine for
What side
listening
are you on?
The Until Next Week podcast. I'm on Jesus' side and all things. Also, just really quick, we are back to 5 stars. The debacle is getting figured out. I don't know if it was Ryder
I
or
know
someone
you're listening.
else. Ryder, thank you if you're the reason we're back to 5 stars.
Ryder, it's your 2 uncles.
Or Angela, if you took Ryder's phone and set it back to 5 stars, thank you. But who cares? We're back. Episode 141 is going to be a good one.
What's up, Until Next Week, family? Samuel's drunk.
I can't talk. And that's great because we're on a podcast right now. So thank you for listening to episode 141. I can't talk.
Say it with your chest, Samuel.
141
There
of
we
the
go.
Until Next Week podcast. Thank you.
What does the green button do? Well, I'm pressing it.
No. Stop. We're not going to do that right now.
Samuel's always like, what could go wrong? And I'm like, let's press the button.
The amount of times where it's like copyright infringement because you played too much of this random song. I think sometimes it's legitimately when you play your phone, like your Taylor Swift reviews, that it hits a copyright strike. But maybe. I think most of the time you cut it off quick enough, but I'm always like, just don't do it, please.
Tell the copyright bums.
Copyright?
I know what it said.
Yeah. I actually can't say anything. I kept saying 144 when it's episode 141.
They make me feel persecuted whenever
no.
I'm on the feelings wheel again. Whenever they take the copyright down.
The feelings wheel has persecuted?
Yeah, it's under fearful and then under rejected and then persecuted.
Okay, well that's
really, how I feel whenever they take us down.
That's really fun. You know how a few weeks back you're like, hey, for Lent or whatever, you should stop getting free stuff.
Oh yeah, I did say that.
Yeah, I got more free stuff.
Yeah, you did.
Even like a more extreme level of free stuff recently. One of which was I won a full suit. Like a full suit where it'll get tailored for me and everything else. I haven't got fitted for it yet, but it's
That's
pretty
a cool
great.
thing to win, though.
It is really solid. Like I was like, oh, because I signed up at Dillard's, which is crazy. Like Dillard's is still in business.
Who goes to Dillard's?
I do, and that's why I get a free suit. They had is weird at like our mall because also we have a mall which is like kind of thriving randomly in Springfield, Missouri, but they had a separate location for like the men's Dillard's and women's Dillard's. And
which one did you go in?
Different spots. They combined it into a new building where Sears used to be.
Gender neutral Dillard's?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Nice.
But anyway, they took over this old Sears building at the mall because it was like giant as well. So they were able to combine with their men's and women's departments. So then they're like, hey, we'll do lots of giveaways. And our family being who we are, we're like, well, we'll sign up for all the giveaways, which was
Fiends for giveaways.
30 giveaways, several of which were very female oriented. And I'm very glad I did not win those prizes.
Lingerie?
3 separate times.
Samuel.
And I signed up.
Can't enter
and
that.
They told me, they're like, hey, you won a prize. I'm like, whenever I'm going to pick it up, I'm like, please don't be
You
this.
won the
Please don't
lingerie
be
one.
this. Please don't
I know
be
you
this.
did.
And I'm like, if they would have said, like, hey, so you won this. And I'm like, I don't think it comes to my size.
What?
But fortunately.
What do you mean by that?
We don't need to dig into this much farther. Fortunately, they're like, no, you won this full suit. And I'm like, that's awesome. Like, hey, we're going to bring up our suit guy. And it was a guy who was, give or take, all of 5'1" or 5'2".
Oh, boy.
And his name was Jesus.
Yeah, it was.
But briefly, I'm like, it kind of looks like Jesus. And he was a very nice guy. He's like super excited to get me fit into this suit sometime in the future. But yeah, it's pretty dope. That's one of the cooler things I think I've won before.
You make me feel sick.
Because I won a free suit, or that I signed up for women's lingerie?
Both.
Yeah.
But no, because I am sick.
Oh, you are? Why? Are you sick of me? Or
I got
sick?
sick on Tuesday. And then Wednesday I was really sick. Thursday I was really sick again.
What do you have?
Yesterday I felt a little better. And then today I felt okay.
But what do you know what disease you have?
Oh, well, We don't have time to get
Okay,
into
we
that.
don't actually. Do you know what current disease you got as of like the other day?
Mono.
Get away.
Ebola.
Don't kiss me. Get away. Ebola?
I got Ebola, okay?
Oh man. Yeah, so that was pretty fun. A nice little surprise getting that free suit. I'll let you know how that goes in the future when I eventually get fitted for it.
Sell it to an Arabian man.
Do I need to get fit for the suit before I sell it to him?
No.
Make sure it's customized to my own sizes and then send it to him and sell it to him? Or how would you recommend I go about that?
Hold on. What color of suit are you going to get it in?
They have a lot of different options.
Green.
I don't think I'll get a green
Light
suit.
green.
I currently have like 2 blue suits and I think 1 black suit. But like
get a gray suit.
None of them are like super nice.
Get
like,
a pinstripe suit.
They're solid suits. But this is like suits can be super expensive. This is like more generic kind of suits, but still like $600. And I'm like, that's a decent suit.
That's a really good suit.
Yeah. So I have a lot of options. I just need to have a decent idea before I go in to get like sized for it. But
all my suits are either free
I'll look pretty
or
good.
$150.
Yeah. There was a while where when I was in a couple of my close friends like wedding parties.
You weren't in my wedding.
Huh?
You weren't in my wedding.
I hope I'm at least invited sometime in the future.
Oh, you're for
at
sure
the very
invited.
least, that would be pretty cool.
You're for sure invited.
Let's go.
And expected to bring a gift.
Let's go. That's good. That's good.
Everybody listening is expected to bring a gift too, but you are also invited.
You're all invited.
Yes. I don't care what my future wife says. You're invited. There, I said it.
I was
Jack's
going
gonna
to
clip
say,
that and keep that forever.
I got a couple suits for like those wedding parties, and they were like solid suits, but we got them like off like a random website where they were like $100.
Hobos Anonymous?
But they don't think it was that one. But maybe. But they're decent suits, but nothing nearly as nice as what I want. But we don't need to dig into that too much because I also went to Wisconsin this past week.
Sorry to hear that.
The land of the free and home of the Jordan Love Packers.
This state should not be in the union. Is it in my union list? Let me see.
I think Wisconsin is. I think you mainly hate it on the north and the souths of
Some
like
of the Midwest.
Dakotas and Carolinas and so on and so forth. I think you wanted Wisconsin to take over that top part of Michigan.
I gotta figure
which is
it out
randomly
here.
like touching Wisconsin, but it's separated by multiple lakes. Like, why is that not Wisconsin?
Hold on.
Why does Wisconsin not take over Michigan?
I'm scrolling through some of these and they're hilarious. My bachelor party ideas. Oh, that was great. Executive orders, another good one.
Yeah.
Best presents I've gotten Lindsay Reed.
You know, if you do a Control F, you might be able to figure out which ones should be in the union.
No.
You're just going to keep scrolling and scrolling through 139 other episodes.
Well, I went the wrong way, evidently.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Okay.
Okay, now we're at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Now I'm in all my Jesus segments.
Okay. Well, I'll just keep talking. So, yeah, I went to Wisconsin. It was my aunt and uncle's 40th wedding anniversary, so shout out to them.
Shout.
And there's just always so many adventures surrounding a Wisconsin trip because it is always a long car drive with a very large family, and it's interesting. That's all I really got to say. But we went up, stopped at Wally's.
Found it.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kansas, Illinois, Nebraska,
Don't
Oklahoma,
read off each one. It's
West
Wisconsin
Virginia, Rhode Island,
it's
New
Wisconsin
Hampshire,
in it.
Delaware, New
Okay.
Jersey,
I'll let
Vermont,
you just keep reading.
Connecticut,
I'll take a sip.
Mississippi, Ohio are all now just American territories.
So Wisconsin still is a state.
I believe so, according to the scientific facts here.
Okay. So anyway, on the way up to Wisconsin, we stopped at Wally's. Wally's is like Buc-ee's, basically.
Wally's. That's a movie.
It started out of like it is a movie. Shout out Pixar. But
Shout out Robot Love.
We've talked about shout out. We've talked about Buc-ee's quite a bit, but Wally's is like St. Louis's version of Buc-ee's. Pretty nice. Pretty solid. I got a nice little breakfast burrito, or breakfast taco in the morning. Got
tacos.
some
breakfast tacos are good.
might have had some coffee. I don't really know, but stopped there on the way up. That's pretty fun. And then once we got up to Wisconsin, did you ever eat Jets Pizza when I was here in Springfield?
What does that mean?
Jets Pizza.
Oh, Jets Pizza?
Yeah.
No, I was up north then.
Okay. They used to have Jets Pizza in Springfield. I don't know what. I think it's like a Detroit style pizza, I believe.
I don't know what that means.
It's like a little bit. I don't know. It's like a little bit thicker,
So
but it's
am
like
I.
square pizza. I don't really know how to explain it other than that.
The square Bianca pear?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Oh.
But it's like Detroit-style pizza, and something we do each year in Wisconsin is get Jets Pizza because every single one in Springfield has closed.
Yeah, it has.
So if we get it once a year,
You get it
that's
once
enough.
a year. Yeah.
That's enough. That's enough.
So it's not good is what you're saying.
It is pretty solid,
It's
but
okay.
you don't need it a ton. But
Sure.
it is good at least one time a year when we go up to Wisconsin.
One time a year worthy.
Yeah, true. But anyway, so we got there for aunt and uncle's 40th wedding anniversary. Something kind of cool is, so my dad grew up on a dairy farm, and that's where they still live, my uncle and aunt up there. So it's just kind of cool walking those grounds where my dad grew up. I don't know if I mentioned before, but like when he was a child, like President Ford like visited their farm and like walked around with them.
I think you have mentioned that.
I think I have.
I don't know why I know that.
I feel like after 140 plus episodes, that came up at least once.
President Ford?
But-
Yeah, we went over our favorite presidents.
Yeah.
You said you hated Obama.
Nothing I have said. I'll keep talking. I'll just keep talking. Okay. So anyways, my dad grew up on this farm. Something really cool is like in some like these side barns, like one of them has this really old basketball goal in it. So
Yeah.
he could go there in the freezing cold winters and just put up baskets inside a
to.
barn. Like that is, what do they call that guy? Like LeBron James.
Dedication?
No.
Hard work?
What-
Waking up at 4 a.m.?
Worst.
Never backing down?
Oh,
Never
my-
saying never?
Okay. I'm trying to see if I can find it. They had like that Amish LeBron James.
What?
I don't know what they called him, and I'm trying to look it up. What did they call Amish LeBron James guy? This is really important. Okay, I can't
Amish
find
LeBron
it.
James.
Okay, again, I'll just keep telling the story. Anyways, there's this really cool old basketball goal my dad got to shoot on a lot when he was like in high school in the middle of a barn.
Yeah.
We got some cool pics in front of it, kind of like they would in like Hoops magazine.
Hoosiers?
Yeah, Hoosiers magazine. Yeah, definitely. Something else is, so they have like a lot of these old barns and everything else, one of which they turn into like a giant party barn, which is fun. They took all the cows out, luckily.
Oh.
But a few of our distant cousins still made it.
Dang
And
it. Samuel saying he fell in love with a
what is
dairy
it?
cow.
but some interesting things at this party is they had a kiddie pool filled with which drink? What drink do you think they filled a kiddie pool with?
Jungle juice.
No. It was
You know what that is?
take one more. I think I've heard of it before. Like lots of different alcohols and stuff mixed together.
With fruit, yes.
Yeah. Another guess.
Yoo-hoo.
Close.
Chocolate milk.
Yes. They had chocolate milk.
Oh, so it was chocolate milk.
Yeah, they had like chocolate milk and white milk. And in their defense, it was like in the gallon containers. But I don't think I've ever really been to a party before where they had full, like a lot of gallons of milk. Probably like 20 plus gallons of milk just sitting in a kiddie pool with ice. Luckily.
Free the cows.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's what the episode's going to be called. Free the cows. But
You
that's
put
just,
ice in your milk?
there's ice in the kiddie pool to keep the gallons of milk cold.
Oh, I get
Do you
it.
understand now?
I get it now. It's still in the gallon.
Yeah, it's in there. We didn't just like dump the milk into the kiddie pool.
Well, I pictured it dumped into
and
the
that's
kiddie
what
pool.
I thought you thought.
I did
but I
think that.
wanted to eventually get to the point that we just had the gallon containers in there to keep it cold. But just something
That's
you
kinda
don't
crazy.
see at a typical party.
Yeah.
You know, you don't see milk being one of the drinks of choice. But obviously, being Wisconsin, there was also a lot of alcohol as well because a lot of
Whoa.
people like to.
Moonshine?
That's exactly it. And then they also had some nice soda options.
Ooh,
so
I
you
like
could have
soda.
easily hit that Mountain Dew vibes or whatever
We don't
else.
know that. This was the 60s.
What's the 60s?
This was the 60s.
I don't. What are you talking about?
This time period.
Oh,
When these parties were happening.
the moonshine parties?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll keep going. So this is so hectic. But one of the best parts about this party was I got to promote the podcast more.
Obviously.
So that's a plus because every once in a while, some of the people in my family are like, wait, you got a podcast? And they're like, what's it about? And I'm like, well, I'll make something up on the spot right now to you and try to explain it.
I just
And
say improv comedy.
one of my cousins who I know will be listening right now, Ted, shout out Ted. He
ups, Ted.
he does listen, and he knows I'm going to be talking about Wisconsin on this episode. So
Wisconsin.
I'm giving him a shout out right now. So Ted, if you're listening, which you are,
Ted, you sound
Hey.
like a heck of a guy.
solid guy.
I like you.
Really nice guy. You'd be good friends.
I could see that.
You'd both give each other a good amount of crap, and like it would be fun.
What do you mean? I'm a straight shooter.
Are you?
Maybe.
Both of you like hunting though, so that would be something. You could talk about that and everything else. But I did mention that I would be talking about Wisconsin on the pod, so I'm sure he's going to be fact-checking every single thing I say and probably get frustrated with me at least a few times. But while we're at it right now, Culvers, you know, that is the greatest Missouri establishment out there.
I just don't know about that.
I mean, they have Missouri.
The Wisconsin Butterburger, that's what you're talking about.
No. They have Missouri Butterburgers with Missouri milk and Missouri cheese.
Yep.
And it's just a great Missouri establishment.
No.
Culvers.
No.
Yes. Go along with the bit.
Freddy's is better.
Just go along with the bit.
Okay, Culvers is another smash burger restaurant, yes.
No, but it's a Missouri establishment that's great.
It's a Missouri establishment that's okay.
Okay. They're very passionate about Culvers. That's what I'm trying to get at.
Oh, are they?
Because it's in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wisconsin
but it's
Butterburgers.
not that good.
I mean, it's... Oh, okay. What, you don't think... You really don't like it?
I go to Freddy's.
Okay. I guess to each his own.
I don't go to Steak and Shake because they have terrible service. I don't go to...
But they got the tallow... Is it tallow oil?
I don't know.
Is that a...
Steak and Shake?
Yeah. Tallow fries?
I don't know. I get terrible service from two different restaurants. Steak and Shake and Popeyes.
Popeyes, they just hit you.
Popeyes, 1 out of every 20 meals is the best thing I've ever had.
If you walk in and they slap you, that's a good day.
That's a good day. Yeah. And just like if you walk into a Waffle House and the lady behind the counter is smoking.
Yeah. It's like, this is a good Waffle House.
Yeah. If there's not a little bit of cigarette ash in your eggs, then is it good?
If there's not at least evidence of a fight happening, like either in the future or in the past, like you're not the right place.
Yeah. Is there a window broken out?
You're doing good. You're doing good.
It's hotter than
if the cook has one of those like restraints on his leg to show that
an ankle monitor,
ankle monitor, you know it's going to be a good meal.
It's going
to be a good meal if they have an ankle monitor.
If he's on his triple shift, he's working 24 straight hours.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. No, I'm in the middle of a triple shift.
Oh man, that's good.
But
so
Freddy's.
We're going back to Freddy's?
Yeah, Freddy's is good.
I am more of a Steak and Shake guy. And mainly because they have better deals.
I just get terrible service there.
Yeah, but it's all right.
Yeah, I mean, smash burgers are all the same.
That's true. You just don't like the service, though.
Yeah, I hate the service Steak and Shake.
Okay.
Because I got unlimited pancakes there once.
Why would you get pancakes at Steak and Shake?
Because it was unlimited pancakes.
Is it called Pancakes and Shake?
Well, I wanted unlimited pancakes.
Is it called Steak and Pancakes?
I wanted them to regret giving me unlimited pancakes.
It's called Steak and Shake.
They brought me one pancake.
Which is why when I go there, I get a 44-ounce steak. And I ask for a shake.
Their steak would be terrible.
Yeah.
What's your next thing?
Yeah, I'll keep going. Sorry. Promoted the podcast, Culvers, Missouri establishment, etc.
Doobie rolling.
Well, I was going to say a couple more things really quick.
Say your things.
Ted, he also is not a pyromaniac, but he really loves to put on a good fireworks show.
Well, that's a heck of a guy.
One of the nights we did get to help him set up a lot of fireworks. And I'm saying like a lot of fireworks.
How old is Ted?
Like, I'm sorry, Ted. I want to say like 32 to 35 range.
That's a good age.
Somewhere in there.
That's a good age.
But we got like a lot of fireworks set up. It was very sketchy because I've never like set up fireworks before, because these are ones where you plug it into like a main like breaker box and then you can control it from your phone.
Oh boy.
When they go off.
From your phone is crazy.
I know. And I was like, I want to plug this in really quick and then like get out of the way, because I don't want one of these like go off by accident and then die, because then we couldn't record this podcast episode.
That's true. I don't know how to turn it on.
But we did get a lot of fireworks set up. He put on a very good show. And there was one last like finale firework that I think I saw on the side of the box. It was like $250.
Yeah.
He did get on sale, I believe, but still it was a very pricey one. And he was during like the whole show, like kind of like pushing the buttons to like let each kind of set go off. But then before the very last one, he definitely clicked like the main big like Mamba to go.
Oh, yeah.
And you just see like he turns around, starts walking towards us. It's like a James Bond situation where like the explosions are going off in the background. It was very dramatic. And I really appreciate the showmanship by him.
I love
that
it.
finally turned his back to it right when the big ones are going off.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty
That's
cool.
the difference between a regular villain and a super villain. It's all about presentation.
So he's a super villain. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just like Megamind.
Yeah.
Love Megamind.
Yeah. But that's about it. The only other thing is we played a Wisconsin card game called Sheep's Head.
What?
Yeah, it's very much, it's like Wisconsin only. Like that's the only people who play it, but it's very fun. You look it up online if you want to see the instructions for it. I don't really want to dig into
Wisconsin.
it. Yeah, it very much is. It's fun. I think you'd enjoy it. I should try to teach you sometime.
No.
Other than that, I use AI on some of my like great aunt's photos.
You used AI on your accounting job?
That's definitely what I said.
Wow.
So my aunt looked a lot like Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz.
Never seen it.
You've never seen what? I think you know what I'm talking about.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, she looked like that when she was like a little girl, and we found like a photo. So I took a picture of it.
Yeah.
And then I was like, hey, put her in Dorothy's dress.
Oh, boy.
And then I did. And then I might have gone a little too far with AI and then put Toto, the dog, in the photo. And then I might have put a giant tornado behind her with the Wicked Witch flying.
Lindsay?
Yes, Lindsay was flying. I was like, please put Lindsay in the back of this photo.
Lindsay Reed was flying in the back of the photo?
Yeah. So that was an interesting experience. I did not show her that photo because unfortunately her farm growing up was destroyed by a tornado.
Unreal, Samuel.
But I didn't show her that one.
It's a sensitive
I
subject.
didn't show her that one.
You brought back childhood trauma.
It wasn't childhood. She was married at that point.
Unreal.
But
That marriage trauma then.
I did not send her that photo, but I showed it to my immediate family because it was a good looking photo.
Of destruction.
Yeah. That's about it. And
Samuel loves a good destructive natural disaster.
AI did that. It wasn't me. And my final thing is I walked like 3 miles on the University of Wisconsin's campus, and that campus is huge.
Trespassing.
Well, I did trespass.
There it is. You got the admission right there.
The last thing about this, because my dad went to a school at University of Wisconsin, and we saw like his, it wasn't a frat home, but it kind of had that like similar kind of vibe to it. So we walked by that. But then we went by the football stadium, and we were like, is there any way we can get in, look around? We're like, no, there's no way. And then we saw this random young student walking out of the stadium.
They don't care.
And I think my mom was like, hey, can you let us in the football stadium? And I think he was like a freshman who just got there, a wrestler.
Yep.
And he was walking out of the stadium. He's like, sure, I guess. And then we walked in the stadium like, we're going to get in trouble. We are not supposed to be in the stadium. But we couldn't find like an inner entrance to get to like the field.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think
That is always
originally
the hard part.
it was like old football stadium and they built like on the outside of it to extend it. So I think like the inner doors were basically locked, or we would have had to walk through like student facilities, which would have been especially sketchy. So we did
put a Wisconsin hat on.
That's
Walk
what we should
confidently.
have. Yeah.
You should have.
If I would, it would have been great if I had like a Wisconsin swim and dive shirt on.
Yeah. You'd have made it in.
But eventually we did leave the football stadium without getting arrested. So
nice.
That is all my Wisconsin updates. Ted, if I forgot anything, which I'm sure I did, please send a voice memo to our Instagram or just send me a text message or whatever else, and we can keep on talking about this in the future. So
we're going to start considering every text message you guys send us as comments from the week.
Yes, that's what we're going to do for now on.
Man.
That's all my Wisconsin updates. There's a lot of them. I also learned what a drumlin is.
Oh.
It's a weird hill.
Nice.
Very steep on one side, long, flowy on the other. There's a lot of them in that area of Wisconsin. So that is all my Wisconsin updates. You go.
I had a cancer scan this week.
Yeah.
It went good. Doctor said, Dane, haven't seen you in a while. I said, yep. And he said, I'm supposed to be seeing you every 4 months. And I said, I know. And he said, it's been 8 months. And I said, that was on purpose. I didn't go.
He said you're supposed to see him every 3 months?
Every 4 months.
And it's been 8?
Yeah.
Dane.
I wasn't going. Are you kidding me?
Because you can't have cancer if you don't go.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh my gosh. So did you get results back?
Yeah.
They better be positive because this is going to be really awkward otherwise.
He said, Dane, your tumors are still shrinking.
Oh, good.
And he said, and it'll do you one better. I'll see you in another 8 months. I said, you darn right, doc. I know better than the freaking doctors of America is what this means. I'm tired of doctors pushing around their MDs and their blah, 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 blah. They don't know. They only know what they've read.
That's crazy.
I'm tired of doctors in this country, dang it. And I'm tired of taxes. And I'm tired of the dang kids taking advantage of us. Also, you and I ran a race today.
We did. We ran a 3-mile race and a 6-mile race. You can take the guess on who ran what.
I ran 6.
Yeah,
Samuel's incapable.
Yeah. Did you say I'm incapable?
Yeah.
What's your problem?
It's midnight.
Hey, we posted pictures, though, on the Add Until Next Week podcast Instagram because, yes, both of us got a trophy
That's true.
Because, sorry, I'm like trying to burp up a storm.
No, you're getting choked up thinking about it.
I'm really sad because both of us got quote unquote first place in our divisions. I think Dane did get first place in his division.
I did.
I got a plaque that said I was first place.
That's crazy.
But that's because...
Did they all just get him made first place?
Well, no. The reason was because if you get first or second overall for male or first or second overall for female, they give you a plaque.
Yeah. And
But
they
I think
all
the
said
second,
first.
I think the second overall person who was a male was in my age group. But they gave him a second overall.
Yeah.
And then gave me first overall in our age group because that's how the awards were made.
Right.
In reality, I was second overall. And
Unreal.
the guy who got the second overall thing, he was third overall. He should have got nothing. So
He should have gotten nothing.
but who cares? I got my first place plaque. You got your first place trophy.
Yeah.
And we
That
ran.
I actually earned.
hey, I earned it too. But it was rough, and I might have thrown up a ton, but we'll dig into that a little bit later.
What did you get overall for the 3K, 5K?
I think 6. I think I was 4th for guys. I think 2 girls beat me. Last year I was 2nd overall, I think.
Nice.
Which stinks because in the past they had for the top 2 people overall, I'm pretty sure for both male and female, they got like a big care package from Under Armour. And I was like, wow, last year I got 2nd overall. I'm going to get this crazy prize, which I never get crazy prizes for running.
True.
And then they had issues and they're like, yeah, so you're not going to get this $100 or $150 clothes package from Under Armour, but we'll give you a free entrance to a race instead. And I'm like, that's not as fun. So I got to run this race for free, which was like $40, but I should have got like a brand new pair of Under Armour shoes last year.
How many people were in your race?
I think we had a little over 200. I think you were a little over 300.
Yeah,
the 6 miles always more packed.
We were 362, I think.
I think we were somewhere over 200. And the 3 miles is just not nearly as competitive. Most of the people do the 6 mile, which is why I thrive in the 3 mile. Less competition, it's good for me.
He needs to go back to it.
Yeah.
I got 20th overall.
Yeah. But you did good.
362.
And then my sister got first overall for women. So shout out.
Yeah, she's
Rebecca.
one of the only 2 girls to beat me. And I'm tired of girls beating me.
She beat you by 4 minutes.
I know. That was a lot.
And if Lindsay would have been there, that would have been another girl that would have beat
Lindsay
you.
would have gotten last. Lindsay would have walked. Let's be honest.
But if she got last, then you would have had to get dead last.
I told my roommates that probably 95% of the people walked it or walked part of it because it was so hilly.
Hills are so stupid.
700
The elevation is ridiculous.
Over 700 feet of gain in the run.
And for mine was like 400 plus over 3 miles, which is crazy. If you look at it on Strava, it's like you start out going downhill briefly, and then you go uphill quite a bit, and then go downhill where you're like basically you're like, I don't even know. It's ridiculous. But the worst part is at the very end of the race, you have to go uphill
724 feet of gain.
It was
elevation
stupid.
gain.
Like I want more flat races. That's what I want.
Run the
Because
marathon.
Running up hills is horrible. But I'll do the turkey trot this year, and that's like all
marathon.
flat. So I should be better in there.
Wow.
Yeah. One other quick thing, which I didn't mention before, which you try to bring up, is I went to a Doobie Brothers concert the night before the run, and this was like next door to where the run is because it was that Thunder Ridge Arena, which I've talked about in the past.
You guys should have Airbnb'd it out there.
It was okay. But I went to this because, again, we had free tickets. And it was me, my dad, my mom, and Daniel. And the reason I wanted to go to this concert so much was because growing up, my dad always talked about going to a Doobie Brothers concert with his best friend, Derek.
What they do at this Doobie Brothers concert?
Oh, the Doobies.
Smoked hecka doobies.
But he like always talk about this, and I'm like, it was just like an iconic story. And the Doobie Brothers were coming here. We won tickets. I'm like, I have to go to a Doobie Brothers concert with my dad. And honestly, they put on a pretty good show. Even though the last time my dad saw them was in 1982.
Oh boy!
At the Wisconsin State Fair. 43 years later, still put on a pretty good show. And they have a had you heard of the Doobie Brothers?
Yeah, I've heard of them.
Yeah,
but only in reference to weed.
Yeah, there was definitely people doing a little bit of weed here and there, and I'm like, that is horrible. But they have a lot of songs that are like surprisingly big. Like if you look at their Spotify playlist, or you out there who's listening, go to their Spotify and click on like one of their top songs, and you'll recognize their music. Like
Doobie.
it is.
How do you spell Doobie? Doobie.
I can. Do you want me to play just part of one really quick?
No, because you're gonna get us copyrighted, Samuel.
Well,
Gosh.
Okay, whatever.
Black water.
Here.
Smoke on the wall.
Doobie.
Fire in the sky.
Brothers.
I don't recognize any of these songs.
Here's what I'll do. To try to keep it where it won't get copyright stricken, I'll click on one of the videos that I took, and potentially it might be okay. So here we go. I'm going to the last song they played.
Jesus is just all right. What?
I think they did play part of Amazing Grace, so that's kind of cool.
Interesting.
Let's see. I think I'll click this one. Let's see. Let's see how this goes. Here we go. It's loading. It's loading. Whoa. Do you recognize that?
Nope.
Okay, what about this one? Just really quick. I'll play. Come on. Recognize
Nope.
that? No,
Never.
my word. Okay, one last
Don't
one.
recognize anything.
One last one. I mean, it's not great quality, I guess. They also had a Jimmy Buffett's band. Jimmy Buffett was not there.
I know Jimmy Buffett.
Let's see. Here's the last one I'll play. Just a part of it and see if you know it. Does this sound familiar to you? Come on. You don't need to hear me singing now. Do you know that one?
No, I haven't heard any of those.
Oh!
Yeah.
Well, they have good music.
I have no idea.
I am going to guess right now. Angela Birdwell, big Doobie Brothers fan.
Are you
I'm calling
saying
it.
that you think Angela is a druggie?
That's not what I said. And her husband is a cop. So
Wow,
she's definitely
Samuel.
not. But
Unreal.
I bet you she likes the Doobie Brothers.
Hey, Angela, I was hanging out with a cop earlier today.
Shout out.
Andrew.
What a guy. What a guy. Okay, well, that's all our updates. Sorry that took forever. Actually, no, we're not sorry because it's content. That's what you're here for. That's why you're listening to the podcast.
Samuel sends me random things and says extra content all the time.
All the time. That's all I do. And I mean, sometimes it kind of like grinds your gears.
My hips feel like that currently.
And I mentioned it briefly before, and this is just kind of a quick thing. I have the weakest stomach like in the world. It stinks. I don't know. It's got to be probably like 50% of races I've done. I just like throw up midway through.
That's crazy.
It could be because I don't train for running, but I think it's more so that I'm just weak. I think that's what it is. At this race specifically, I think I've done it 4 times, and 3 of the 4 times I'm pretty sure. And the last 1/10 to 2/10 of a mile, almost in the exact same spot each time, I'm like, well,
Here it comes.
it's time.
It's
like
time.
it's coming the whole time. I'm like, I'm gonna be fine the first 2.8 miles.
Yeah.
But the last 0.2 is like, hey, just do it now. Don't wait till the finish line. Even though you can see the finish line, just throw up.
Just do it.
Just get rid of it. And today was even extra special
because it's your birthday.
That's not true.
Oh.
But even like before I even raced, I was like, hey, time to just start throwing up for fun.
You have to.
And I was like, that's awesome. Thank you so much for helping me get out of my system. And then this time I was like, hey, I'm going to take it a little bit easier. I'm not going to throw up. But then halfway through the race, they're like, hey, do you want Gatorade or water? I'm like, sure. Give me that red Gatorade.
I took that too.
I-
Dude, maybe that's what I threw up.
That could have been it because I was reminded of that red Gatorade about a little over a mile after the fact. And that was near the end of the race. And that's probably what I think they spiked our red Gatorade.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Because whenever I ran the Bass Pro Marathon, I drank the blue Gatorade and I was fine. Or it was Powerade, but
It's got to be the red Gatorade. Something about it.
I don't
Because that's what I...
Red 40.
That's what I think it is.
Yeah.
They're trying to convince us like, hey, if you would have had normal water and not this red 40, you would have been fine. You wouldn't have thrown up. But yeah, I should not have taken that. Luckily, though, I was able to stay in stride, so I didn't look completely pathetic.
Well, you know.
So that was a plus.
Yeah,
But
that's true.
But you also, you mentioned you did
I threw up as well.
Yeah, and I saw it for a while, and I was like, I guess I'll bring you water, and kind of handed it off, and I was like, I'm going to walk away now as you were throwing up more. But you at least finished the race first.
Well, yeah, I started like literally like you said, the last 10th of the mile. I was battling this dude to get 20th place, and then I beat him, which was good. But then cross the finish line, stop, and I immediately think, I'm like, dude, I'm actually going to throw up. And I've never thrown up in a race before.
Yeah.
Or I've never thrown up for any like exercise at all.
Yeah.
And then I walk over to the grassy area and I start
The grassy knoll, right?
Yeah, I was like dry heaving, and then I like kind of threw up a little bit. All I had was I haven't eaten anything all day to that point.
That's not great before a 6-mile run.
I was fine.
Yeah.
And then
as you're throwing up, I'm good, guys.
well, I wasn't throwing anything up.
Yeah.
So it was just a little bit of that Gatorade that came up, and I was just, and then you're like, Dane,
Here's
stop
water.
throwing up. I was like, shut up.
Give me the water.
Give me the water. I was like, go away now. And you're like, all right, bye.
Yeah, see ya.
All right.
I know I'll see you in a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
It kind of stunk. But yeah, my stomach is like very weak when it comes to running. And it has to be something mental, because that's happened even like, I remember the first time ever, I think it was like legitimately on this mile race I used to do when I was like younger. And one of the times I got near the end of the race and it's like, time to throw up. And then another time I did a 5K. They used to have a giant like Drury 5K run, which I think Rebecca also wanted me to point out that was one of the 5Ks that got eliminated by COVID.
Lame.
Really good 5K because it was downtown Springfield and they gave out tons of prizes.
Ooh.
But legitimately made like 2.9 miles, took the turn, saw the finish line, throw up. Like I just know I'm almost there. So my body just mentally is like, hey, it's time to give up and look like a fool in front of everybody trying to cheer you on. Like they're clapping and they're like, oh, he's not doing good. He's not doing well.
I'll feel it almost every run, but it goes away every time except for today.
I don't know what it is, but at least you finished.
Yeah.
So that was a plus. And we both got our awards, and that was pretty cool. But still, my weak stomach grinds my gears.
I looked at my elapsed time because on Strava you can see.
Yeah.
So you can see if people are cheating runs, actually.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
I guess because you can see like what their route is.
You can see their pace.
Yeah.
But then you go to a lapse time and that pace, and it'll show you if they stopped their watch, and how long they stopped their watch.
Yeah, I didn't do that.
There's this guy. No, I'm not saying you do that. But there's this guy that I know that runs, and he'll post stuff online. And then one of my other friends saw that he posted. It was like a 7:14 run.
Was that Michael or Jack?
It's neither.
Oh, okay, Lindsay.
Because it wouldn't be these guys.
Okay.
But this guy posted a run, and it said like a 7:14 run. He's like, yeah, a little 6-piece run. One of my other friends comments on his run 8:02, and then I went down to his elapsed time, and it was an 8:02 pace because he paused for 19 minutes.
That's wild.
I was like, are you kidding me? This isn't a 7:14 run. Then you're faking your runs.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah. What I'm saying is, don't pause your run unless you absolutely have to.
Mm-hmm.
So I paused my run today whenever people were like going down that little cliff area.
Yeah.
And I paused for 13 seconds. I saw it. And then some guy behind me caught up to me and he goes, can we just jump through the woods? And then somebody goes, yeah. And then I'm like, all right, I'm going too. And I pressed play and I'm like, here we go. And ran past him again. It was great.
Shout out.
So that grinded my gears. CeeDee Lamb dropping the ball 4 times grinded my gears.
Grinded my gears because I had Dak Prescott on one of my fantasy teams.
Yeah.
And I needed CeeDee to catch some balls.
Ironically, the day before the game on Wednesday, I have Dak in 3 leagues, 3 of my 5 leagues.
Shout out.
And I have a different option in 2 of them. So I benched him for this other option, Drake May. And it turns out to be a good benching at this point.
Well, unless Drake May dies.
Yeah. But it's hard for him to do less than 7 points. So that's good.
It was so bad. I'm like, what are you? He didn't throw a touchdown.
I know, but it wasn't entirely his fault. I mean, if CeeDee catches those passes and then they go on.
Didn't that happen last year also? CeeDee just started dropping passes like nobody's business.
Well, they called it, this was a career high 4 drops. So he's never had more than 3 before.
So dumb.
But what also grinds my gears is snow cone trucks.
Why?
Because we kicked off our youth ministry 2 weeks ago now, and I was like, "Oh, this will be fun. Let's get a snow cone truck."
Why did you cancel it?
We didn't. No, we kicked it off.
You said kicked it off.
Yeah.
So it's off the boat. It's no longer with you.
No, it's on the boat.
Okay. It's on the boat, but you kicked it off?
No, it's always been.
Explain yourself.
It's always been going on, but now we're back to doing like regular every week.
Okay. Thank you for explaining because all of us were confused.
We were all confused. It's always on the boat.
So snow cone trucks.
So we kicked it off, and I was like, "Let's get us a snow cone truck." And then you would think like, or I thought in my head like, "Oh, it'll be like, here you go, here you go, here you go." But it was no like, "Okay, what do you want?" Okay.
So So it took forever for each person.
Yeah, it took forever for each person. And there was 80 middle schoolers that I'm in charge of. And then, which, side note, I'm over the middle school ministry. This new guy is over the high school ministry.
Yeah.
And they had him and another guy. And then the girl who was supposed to work with me was also over there doing stuff. And so it was just me over there doing all the middle school stuff.
Yeah.
And I had twice as many students. But I like it, though. And so...
Yeah, I like Co, though.
Like Co, if you will.
Yes.
But, so we're doing that. And then, so it starts taking forever. And I look down at the time and I'm like, man, we're really supposed to be going in. We're really supposed to be going in. And then it got to the time we were supposed to go in and only about half the students had gone through the line. And I was like, okay, I got two options here. I could either cut them off and say, hey, like half of you just aren't going to get a snow cone.
Yeah.
And we
Leave
all go
the church
inside
right now.
Yeah, pretty much. Or I can say, well, I guess we'll scrap my teaching and we'll go inside and I'll figure something out. And I was like, I think I have to go with that one. And so I did that. And then right about the time we were going inside, there was this guy digging through the dumpster trying to find scrap metal. And I walked over to the kids and I was like, hey, you know what would be fun? If we ate our snow cones inside. Let's do that, guys. And we went inside. And then I ended up scrapping my teaching and putting... what's called announcements all into the same thing. And I just gave definitions of Thanksgiving and adoration. And then I said, okay, now we're going to go to small groups. If you don't know who your small group leader is, let me know and I'll connect you with them. Did that, connected all the way back. Then get into the small group that I'm helping lead the 6th grade boys small group.
Yeah.
And I turned to my the guy who's supposed to be doing it. I'm supposed to teach him how to do it. And then he starts running it. And I turned to him and I go, all right, so what's the first question in the curriculum? And he goes, looks at his phone. He's scrolling through stuff. And he goes, there isn't one. And I go, what are you looking at? And he goes, the group text from today. I was like, it's not in the group text. It's in your folder that we gave you at the first leader meeting last week and said to bring back every week because it has the curriculum in it.
Nice.
And he goes, oh. And I'm like, yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, cool.
Let's go. Yep.
And so then he doesn't have it. And I'm like, okay, here we go. And that reminds me, I need to write the rest of the next curriculum. Yep. But I'm like, okay, well, you know what? I got 45 minutes worth of small group here. I just need to freestyle it. And I was like, okay, what stories was I going to tell on stage? I'm going to tell you guys that now. And I did my whole lesson for them right there in that just the 6th grade group, asked them questions, things like that. It worked out great. But then I was like, hey, yeah, bring that next week. And he did this past week. And it was good. And so, yeah, it ended up being all right, but it took way longer. It probably took 45 minutes to get every kid a snow cone. And I thought it was going to take like 20.
That's why for those situations, you just need to have pineapple whip.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have pineapple whip, it's just like one thing and they can knock it out in 8 seconds.
I looked it up and we were thinking about that, but it was like $150 more expensive.
Yeah, it's so much better though.
I mean, I could have worked in the budget, but now I'm glad I didn't because I need to use that budget for something else.
Yeah.
So
shout out. More fire pits?
No, that's for young adults.
Oh, okay. Cool. But yeah, I think that's about it. If you have any other thoughts or you click the button.
It's that time of day, so listen up, because it's time for some sports talk. The segment where we boldly analyze things we barely watched. Did we do research?
Factually? No.
Emotionally?
Yes.
We're talking Big Daddy hacks, devastating sacks, and fourth quarter comebacks. But most importantly, no soccer.
Yeah, I had some fantasy football drafts.
Yeah,
one of
did.
which was the Until Next Week fantasy football draft, which a lot of you guys decided, let's not jump on the draft. Let's just let auto draft do its job. One of those people, my co-host,
Lindsay Reed.
Dane
Oh.
Peasmeyer.
I was on...
We literally scheduled the draft for that night because you couldn't do the other nights and then you didn't show up to
I needed
it.
a run.
It's like, what are you doing?
I went for a run.
Oh, man. But
was
it's
a good
crazy
run, too.
because the person who had the best draft was Joshua Schmitz.
Allegedly.
After kind of a rough year last year. And his draft was also auto-drafted.
See?
So
Let's look at Josh's.
I was there the whole time, and I did not do great on my draft.
He's got a
So
pretty good team.
shout out. I really needed the weird scoring to help me out this year, so I could have drafted all running backs and been great without anybody else realizing it.
Draft all kickers, you mean?
But I wanted to draft more kickers.
Yeah.
But I guess you only can use one kicker in your league. I was
That's
hoping I
lame.
could use one in the
We
flex
could only
spot.
draft one? Oh, yeah. And the
Well, you
thing,
only
yeah,
can get points for one because the one weird thing we're doing in the draft this year is doubling the points for kickers.
Whoa.
So kickers might get, instead of 8 points, they're getting like 16 points.
Kickers
which
are
is,
quarterbacks now.
Yes, which is awesome because the quarterback I drafted was
Well, let's see.
J.J. McCarthy.
You actually drafted J.J. McCarthy.
And the
as a
backup.
Packers fan, how does that make you feel?
But I hope he does well, but the Packers beat him. But who's my backup quarterback?
Justin Fields.
Yeah, so I'm hoping maybe this year is the year that Justin Fields does great.
You need to move Joe Mixon to your IR.
Oh, is he on the IR now?
He's out, but I think you can put him on your IR even if he's out.
I think he has to be IR.
Well, he's more than out. He's on like the PUP list, which is IR.
Okay, I guess I need to look into that.
ESPN sucks is what I'm saying.
Okay. Well, anyways, I thought I had a decent draft until I realized that I messed up the quarterback situation. I should have just drafted Josh Allen. I could have drafted any quarterback, I think, in the third round, and that's what they recommended, third or fourth round, and I didn't. And then all the good quarterbacks were taken, and I'm like, I messed this up. What are you looking at?
Lindsay's team. She had Antonio Brown on her team.
Antonio Brown?
A.J. Brown. I don't know why I said.
I was like, Antonio Brown. I was like, that's rough.
No.
That's not good.
She has A.J. Brown on her team, but he had one target for...
Which is at the end of the
yards.
game. Yeah, that was unfortunate.
So, yeah, she drafted terribly, too.
Yeah.
I meant to talk to her about it. Lindsay, you took a suspended player. Good job.
Yeah,
I love
shout out.
suspended players.
The Chiefs guy?
Yeah, Rushy Rice. She took two backup quarterbacks.
But Rushy Rice, he could be valuable later on. That's not necessarily bad.
When he comes back after 6 games, he'll be great.
Yeah.
But she took two backup quarterbacks. That's interesting.
Who were they?
Justin Herbert and Tua.
Okay.
Which,
Just Justin Herbert?
yeah, she didn't start him. And he had 27 points.
Who's her starting quarterback?
Joe Burrow.
Lindsay, let's make a trade. I want Justin. Let's do a deal.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's got a backup tight end. She's got a backup kicker.
She's just doing it for the vibes.
I'm like, Lindsay, you have... right now, or the first bye week, you will have a lot of players that you can't play.
Yeah. That'll be rough.
Yeah. And she took the Bills defense, which is a good defense, but not week 1.
Defense doesn't really matter. You can choose that week over week.
Yeah, you need to stream defenses.
Sorry, it sneezed. But overall, fun that we did the draft. It went really fast. It took like 40 minutes to get through all that, which was nice.
That's the other thing Lindsay didn't know about. That every pick was like a minute.
Yeah. But it's okay. I'm happy that we had 14 people in this draft. So
that's a lot.
That's one of the reasons I kind of messed up my strategy, and there's not as much depth to go around. And I also, like you mentioned, I took Joe Mixon, and then I found out after the fact that there's a chance he could miss all the season.
Yep.
Or it could be an amazing pick, and he only misses like 4 or 5 weeks.
Trust me, I got some Joe Mixon stock in other leagues.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping he only misses the 4 weeks.
Yeah. If I can get him, I will look a lot better.
Saucy, if you will.
Yes.
Spicy.
And then the other thing is I did get back into the Ghostrunners Guillotine League.
Yeah, you did.
So shout out to that. It was on the way back from Wisconsin. I was at Wally's once again. And what they do is they post a link. And the first, I don't know, like 18-ish people, really like 15 people because they have a few spots taken before they release a link.
That they gave away.
Yeah. So they have like 15 spots for a draft on like a Wednesday night and 15 spots for like a draft on a Thursday night.
Yeah.
And you got to be quick on it. So I was just stressing out, just waiting. My heart was kind of racing, and they dropped the link. I clicked, I joined, made it, fortunately. And then we did the draft the other night. And that one went a lot better because in the league that we did...
Explain the Guillotine League to the people.
Basically, I've mentioned in the past, there's 18 teams.
Yep.
18 teams. The worst overall team each week gets eliminated.
Yep.
So then at the end of it, there's only 2 teams going against each other.
They're
but
out
each
of the
time a team is eliminated from the league, all their players go back into a pool.
The free agency pool.
Yes. And then you are all given $100 for the entire year, and you can bid on them.
Blind bid.
On them, like a waiver wire.
Yep.
And if you really need help, you might spend $50 on a quarterback because, hey, this league also is a 2-quarterback league.
Ooh, I love those.
Do the math. 18 times 2, 36. How many teams are there?
32.
4 people will not have a double quarterback. So they are in rough shape going into the first week.
Oh, yeah.
But overall, I had a pretty good draft. On our Until Next Week podcast draft, I think they ranked me like a C.
Yeah.
But in the Guillotine League, they ranked me number 1 overall after the draft, which was very nice going into the week 1.
You're high.
But one of my quarterbacks was Dak Prescott.
The GOAT.
And he did not have a great night. He
did have a great night. He didn't have a great fantasy night.
Not a great fantasy night because he was projected to have like 44 points, and he got me 15.
44 points. What scoring is
The
this?
scoring is stupid.
Yeah.
No one ever like hits what their projected is. Because I was projected to have like 230 points as a team. And then after my first guys went, I went down projections to like 190. Like you never even get close to your projections, which means I should be okay. But there is a chance that maybe some crazy stuff could happen and maybe I could get eliminated week 1. But it's unlikely because there's 4 teams that have one quarterback each. Yeah.
Well,
So
it sounds crazy, this scoring.
it's weird. I'll need to show it to you later on. But I am pretty excited to be in it once again. Through my first 3 years in the Guillotine League, I've made it a total of 8 weeks.
Nice.
3 weeks, 3 weeks, and 2 weeks.
Nice.
And this year, I want to make it to the 4th week. That would be fun.
Statistically, it's high.
Yeah, because each year I draft decent teams. Last year I had Josh Allen, and then he just like put up a goose egg.
In week 1, yeah, I remember.
Or I think it was week 2. That's when I got eliminated, but he wasn't that good yet. And I'm like, what are you doing? But yeah, my quarterbacks are Dak Prescott, and then, who's the other quarterback? It's another good guy. I'm just going blank who it is.
Joe Milton.
No, not Joe Milton.
Well, that's the only 2 good quarterbacks I can think of.
I think those are the only 2 quarterbacks in the league. Someone did take Tim Tebow.
As they should.
Later in
As
for
they
the
should.
vibes. I tried to find Aaron Hernandez, but that didn't work.
Whoa, that's not the vibes.
Yeah. But overall, it was a pretty fun time getting those drafts knocked out. Looking forward to the season. You'll probably get a lot of updates. And maybe, if you remind me, whoever wins the fantasy football draft or fantasy football league for Until Next Week podcast will likely send you a shirt. But it's going to be me or Dane, so it doesn't matter.
Shout out to us. It won't be Lindsay. Lindsay's going to have to start dropping players in order to keep up players on her team.
Yeah. So what about you? What's your sports talk looking like this week?
The Cowboys lost. The Chiefs lost. And I have Super Bowl picks.
Okay. Those are good updates. What are your Super Bowl picks?
So the Cowboys should have won. They played pretty good.
Except CeeDee Lamb can't catch a ball.
Yeah, if CeeDee Lamb could have caught it, they would have been in position to perhaps win the game.
Yeah.
Chiefs they just looked rusty. That's all it was.
Yeah.
And then Mahomes just wasn't hitting on a few downfield targets.
Brock Purdy. He's my other quarterback.
There you go.
I have Brock Purdy, and I was able to get Dak Prescott. Sorry.
Shout out to Brock Purdy.
Yeah.
And then my Super Bowl picks, I'm going to take the Ravens. That's the only team I feel decent about.
Yeah.
Versus, man, you could tell me any NFC team.
Packers.
It won't be the Packers.
You just said any NFC team.
No, they have the 6th hardest schedule.
But they're going to win.
And no good wide receivers.
They have Micah Parsons.
No, he's terrible now. I have to burn his jersey of mine. I have to burn that at some point.
It's not his fault.
It is his fault.
Okay.
No, it's Jerry's fault, 100%. But we're going to get into that here in a second.
Okay, so you have Ravens, and who's going to be in the NFC?
I'm low-key vibing with the Rams.
You think so?
I am. If Matthew Stafford can stay healthy all
They
season.
also do have Devontae Adams, who has a Taco Bell in the stadium. Taco Bell house or whatever.
I think he's going to compliment not Cup, but Puka Nacua better than Cup did, because Cup and Puka are really similar.
Yeah, I like Devontae a lot.
Yeah, Devontae is a bigger bodied receiver.
I think I picked him in the Until Next Week league. I think I got Devontae.
Devontae just needs to be young again. Stafford needs to be healthy.
Yeah.
And the running game's pretty good. If their defense can play good too, they got a good pass rush. I'm like, the great coach. And so I'm like, San Francisco's down. Who else is in the NFC West? The Arizona, they're not great. And then Seattle, they're not fantastic. They're pretty good. They got a good defense. So
okay. Well, my Super Bowl picks are going to be the same as what they are each year. The Packers are going to beat the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. The Chiefs are going to use some dark magic because Taylor Swift's going to perform at the halftime show. So the Chiefs have to make the Super Bowl just for the vibes. So Chiefs will be there, but then also the Packers will be there, and Jordan Love will lead the Packers to a championship.
Wow.
And Micah Parsons will sack 14 people that day.
Only 14 sacks in the Super Bowl?
Yeah, only 14. So it's going to be a good day.
Obliterating the record.
The last sack will be Taylor Swift. He'll take her down.
That's crazy.
I don't know why.
But Taylor is hinting at doing the Super Bowl.
Well, I know the commissioner's like, it's a maybe.
Well, that gets into our main segment.
Yes. And our main segment is the button right here. Here we go.
Okay, we've officially thrown the script out the window. It's time for the main segment. And honestly, who knows where this is going? We don't. You don't. God does, but he's not telling.
So welcome back to the main segment where it can change week by week. You never know what it's going to be. But this week, we're going to do a new main segment, and it's called This Is Why We Shouldn't Record Early, featuring big events that aren't relevant anymore.
Or in case you missed it.
So guys, in case you didn't hear, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce got engaged.
What? Sound
Crazy.
the alarm. Sound the alarm.
I don't.
Where's the alarm?
Here.
This one.
There we go. Oh, sorry.
There it
it's
is.
Actually, this one.
No, not this one. Not that one.
Yeah. As soon as that happened,
Sound the alarm.
we're like, no, we've been doing this podcast for this moment.
It was right around when we recorded too.
Yeah.
Like right after.
It legitimately was like a day or two after. Like, no, why did it have to happen now? But yes, they are finally engaged.
How long did they date?
Like a little over, was it like 2 years?
Yeah, maybe 2 years.
I think there was like 2 seasons because she showed up to a lot of the games last year, I think.
Yeah.
And the year before, I think, is when she started popping out.
Yeah.
To
it
some
was
games
the year
here
before,
and
I think.
there. Yeah. Because she got to see them win the Super Bowl, and then she got to see them lose in the Super Bowl.
And then now she's going to do the Super Bowl halftime show.
Yes.
That the Chiefs won't make it to. That's going to be sad.
Yeah.
But then she'll be able to sit with her hubby in the booth.
Yeah.
Now, somebody that at my work said over under 2 years on their marriage.
I think over. I think at this point, I think Travis Kelce will probably retire at that point.
I think he's got this year and he's done.
And then he's gonna fully lock in on all his like podcasts and doing
Oh man, I watched that
advertising and everything else. Like I think you probably saw that he had an American Eagle campaign come out.
I don't know.
Like he got engaged, and legitimately the next day, American Eagle announced a campaign they had with Travis Kelce, and they had been holding that for something crazy to happen with Travis Kelce.
Oh, yeah.
And as soon as they announced the engagement, the very next day, that's when they announced the line.
And it's out.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But no, Travis, I don't know. Oh, yeah. On the podcast that he did with the on the Heights, New Heights podcast.
Yeah, New Heights.
Where he was just sitting there with Taylor Swift and just anything she said, he'd be like,
Oh, yeah,
yes,
baby.
Yes, that was so
Yeah.
good. You're so
Yeah.
good. You're amazing and you're so smart and blah, blah, blah.
I still need to listen to that. I have not
I watched like
listened
the
yet.
highlights and the first like 15 minutes of it. And I was like, Jason is asking good questions and being kind of funny while also being respectable.
Yeah.
Travis is not adding anything of worth to this
All right
podcast.
now.
Yeah.
Or whatever he says.
I'm like, Travis,
Yeah.
what the heck is going on?
Yeah, yeah. But anyways, yeah, they
So
got
in case
engaged.
you missed it, they got engaged.
Big news. Also big news. We talked about it again right before it happened. We're like, hey, Micah Parsons might get traded to the Packers. And you're like, there's no way. They'll have to trade away so much stuff. And then right after, Micah Parsons got traded to the Packers.
I forgot a variable change, which is Jerry being an idiot.
I think that's been the variable the whole time.
Yeah, but I didn't expect him to give away the third best player, defensive player in the league.
Whenever I saw that, I legitimately dropped my phone. I'm like,
Yeah.
I can't believe this just happened.
I remember where I was. I was at work.
I was at work too. Yeah.
And I remember in the morning, I got an update from Adam Schefter, NFL Insider, that said Cowboys now appearing to be willing to listen to trade offers on Micah Parsons. I was like, okay.
Okay.
And I was like, dang, that's dumb, but it'll probably still get done. I'm like, this is probably Jerry just pushing, trying to get it moved along. And then I got a report from Ian Rappaport, which is a somewhat unreliable reporter that I've experienced in the past. And I was like, and it said, deal to send Micah to Green Bay. And I was like, no. And then
they're joshing me.
I'm sitting there and I'm waiting for Adam Schefter to tweet it because when he tweets it, it's real. And then I saw it coming from ESPN and Adam and then a bunch of other people. And I'm like, no.
This can't
And
be
then-
true.
And for 20 minutes, we didn't know what the return was. I was like, okay, it's got to be something crazy, right? I'm like, we probably got 4 first.
Yeah.
And then maybe a center and a defensive player. And I'm like, maybe it's 3 first in this. And then it's 2 first.
They're late first
That'll
round
be
picks.
25 to 32, somewhere in there.
And then our 30-year-old guy who's been declining.
Kenny Clark, which
Yeah.
he's a good player. And actually, he played really good in our first game because when he was on the field, the Eagles averaged 2.8 yards a rush, and when he was off the field, it was like 5.6 yards a rush.
Yeah.
So Kenny played good, but I'm like, Jerry. Like, the reason like the Packers were one of the teams we had to trade him to,
Yeah.
is because you guys had cap space to sign him.
But now we don't have cap space going forward. So we
True.
better win a Super Bowl soon because otherwise, because they gave him the biggest deal ever for a non-quarterback.
Yeah,
I think it was
147.
4 years, 196.
Was it that? I don't know.
I think so. I think it was 44
Maybe
million
we'll-
a year.
Yeah. It was one.
Yeah,
it was
which
40,
is-
or it was 47 a year. That's where I get that 47.
Was it 47?
number. Yeah.
Oh, you're right. So it was 188 million for 4 years.
Yes.
47 a year. He's getting paid more per year than Patrick Mahomes.
As he should.
Yes. And I was like, wow,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Yeah, but if Jerry does the deal in March when everybody has cap space and draft capital, he gets so much more for Micah.
Yeah.
Also, okay, you want to deal him? Deal him to the Jets.
No. Deal him to the Packers.
The Jets are going to have a top 15 pick. Get
Well,
2 of those.
As soon as the Packers
Man.
beat the Cowboys in that playoff game,
Yeah.
the Cowboys knew the Packers were their daddy.
No.
And they had to
No.
trade Micah to their daddy.
No.
That's what they had to do.
Well, and on top of this,
Jerry knows that the Packers,
man,
yeah.
on top of this,
Who's your daddy?
Micah approaches back before the draft, says, I want to get a deal done. Comes back to the Cowboys in the offseason, I want to get a deal done. And apparently, right before the season, a week before the season started, and Jerry said, we're not going to sign him, this and that. Micah approaches Jerry again and says, hey, I want to work out a deal. And Jerry says, play on your 5th year or on your 5th year option or get out of here.
He's like, I'm going to the Packers.
That's
I'm
what
not winning a
Jerry
Super
said
Bowl.
to him.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Jerry, you're senile. You should not be allowed to own an NFL franchise.
He's going into his prime as one of the greatest defensive players in the NFL.
He's 26 years old. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like you traded like a fantastic defensive end, and it's like, okay, whatever. You got 2 firsts. And then Jerry goes, well, these 2 firsts could very well end up being Pro Bowlers. Jerry, how often have you hit on Pro Bowl picks?
Pro Bowls, Micah Parsons is going to be a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
So
I'm like, Jerry, like it's unreal what he did. And really what it is they actually couldn't pay him because they gave deals to CeeDee, they gave deals to Dak, they turn around and give Deron Bland.
It's that time of day.
sorry, I accidentally clicked the sports talk button.
Take it. They give one of our corners a deal that is the same deal that the best corner in the league got, and our corner is not the best corner in the league. And so, whatever. And now we have George Pickens. We'll probably sign him to a big deal. So
I did get him on my fantasy team also.
yeah, he didn't do
So,
that great either.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm a little irate about Jerry and everything he's done, and how I watched the documentary too. And guess what? He's the same guy.
Yeah.
He's always been this guy.
Yeah.
He's just always been a buffoon.
Yeah. Something else that happened was Kyle Schwarber, big home run guy. He hit 4 home runs in the game
Yeah, he did.
since we recorded last, and that's crazy because there's only happened 21 times in history a player hit 4 home runs in one game. 3 of those have happened this year.
Really?
2 of the guys this year were on my fantasy baseball team when they did it.
Wow.
Nick.
Castellanos.
Nick. Wait a little bit. Kurtz is his last name. He had 4 home runs, almost hit 5.
There you go.
And then Kyle Schwarber had 4 home runs through like the first 6 innings. And then they had a position player in there.
Yeah.
He had a chance for 5 home runs.
Go for the
Has
record.
never been done. And he popped it up.
Boo.
He had a perfect opportunity to be the first player, I think,
Yeah.
in history to have 5 home runs in a game.
This is
and
the
he
one.
popped up a ball against a position player.
I'm a position
Crazy.
player.
But yeah, that was crazy. Again, 4 home run games have happened 21 times in history. That's more rare than a perfect game. And yeah, he did that, and it was crazy. And then also Cracker Barrel.
Whoa.
I can't really.
What'd you
sorry,
call me?
I can't pronounce anything. They caved and they went back to their old logo.
Barrel.
Again, we mentioned this is all old news that you probably already know, but we had to bring it up anyways.
It's because Susan and Diane, speaking of Diane.
Yep.
So,
Okay, just real quick. Speaking of Diane, whenever Dane got his trophy, whenever they announced him, they were going like name by name. I already had mine in hand. They were like, Samuelson, come up in here and get your trophy. And then they went to ages 25 to 29 for the 6 mile. And they're like, first place overall, Diane Biesmeyer.
it's crazy.
Just immediately, I was taping it. I started too late. But then I taped and I was yelling Diane.
Yeah,
and then
Diane.
Dane Biesmeyer. And
Yeah.
I
Sorry
think,
if we got your name wrong.
yeah, I think,
Whatever.
I think
You ruined the
internally, I think you were crushed.
Well, I was sitting there and selling turnips on a flatbed truck.
Yeah.
But I was getting ready to walk up, and I was like, I'm going to get loud because everybody's just going up there and just saying, no, thank you. And I was going to be like, whoa, let's go. Yeah, number one.
Diane!
And I was like, oh,
Biesmeyer.
man, I was like, head down. I was
Yeah.
like, don't look at me. Nobody look at me. And we were standing there with a bunch of pretty girls, and then I was like,
oh, never mind. I'm going to say that.
what?
Nothing.
And then, yeah, I was a pretty girl too. And then,
Yeah.
but no,
It's really just you. You were the pretty girl.
I just head down, was walking up, and I was like, thanks. Okay, take my picture. Okay, bye. And then I was like, well, ruin the moment. Let's go, Samuel. And then we went and took pictures like pretty girls do.
Yeah, we did.
And then, and then we left.
Yeah.
And then I went home and wrote my sermon for tomorrow.
Yeah. Did you have anything else you're really saying? I feel like I interrupted you, and I'm sorry.
I don't remember
Because we
what
talked
we're
about Cracker Barrel. Oh, you're about to talk about the old lady names. You said Diane and whoever.
Diane and
Yeah.
Susan wanted the barrel to go back to being in Cracker.
Yeah, and that's what they did.
Yep.
They went back. And then finally, yes, after like a year and a half, we got the YouTube channel back.
We win against YouTube.
We did it.
We can play songs how we want. I'm gonna do it.
Well, that's
Help.
that's not what that means. That's no.
Are you
No.
smarter than a fifth grader?
What it means is, for whatever reason, when we uploaded a lot of episodes back in the day, they're like, hey, your account's suspicious. We have suspended it. You cannot get it back. And then I had sent emails each time trying to get it back, and they just didn't have a response, or they're like, no. But then I was like, hey, I'll try again. I think whenever I was going like on the road to Wisconsin or back from Wisconsin or whatever, and sent one of these emails again just to kind of follow up, just to see. And I got a response pretty quick, and it's like, yep, we were wrong. You have full access to your account once again. And I'm like, what? I did not expect this at all. So yes, the Add Until Next Week podcast, YouTube, is back. Currently, all we're doing is just like posting episodes like we do on Spotify, so you can just listen to it there. There's no video. But I am starting to repost
There is video. Samuel's holding out on you.
Yes. I am. First of all, I'm posting an episode a day challenge because I have them all scheduled where every single day one of the old episodes gets posted. So basically through like mid-November, there's
Old
a
eppies.
new episode, quote unquote, but it's just the old episode getting posted.
True.
But then I'm also going to repost our like Instagram Reels and TikTok, so that way we can go super viral and become famous. So if you want to be a part of that, follow our YouTube channel. And then in the future, we may post videos once again.
Super hot fire.
Much more likely to post video episodes of podcast that we have a YouTube again.
It'll probably be somewhere in the 2030s.
Yeah. So it's going to be a good time. Good time for sure. So that was all of our main updates of stuff that happened and you probably already knew about. But it's Dane's Manifesto time.
Welcome back to Dane's Manifesto.
Part 80.
Part 80. Wow, we're getting up there. In Dane's Manifesto. Wow, we're so glad that you guys are back to Dane's Manifesto. This past week, I had the most sincere form of flattery.
Oh, flatulence?
Close.
Yes.
Somebody ripped off my account and then made a fake account of me.
You found my burner?
Yeah, somebody made a burner account of me. They even took a screenshot of my profile pic, put it as the new profile pic, and then started DMing people from the fake account. And it was the same username, but then, it was the same like name on there, but then the username was Dane_Biesmeyer, but with an I at the end.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the heck? And
So people that knew you were getting messages from this person.
yeah. So
Did you have like any screenshots of any of these?
one guy sent me a screenshot of what the guy was sending it to him.
Was it wild?
It wasn't like super wild, but it's hilarious what this guy was trying to do. I had to scroll down to this guy. Hold on. Found it. Okay, here we go. So, oh wait, no, this is the wrong one. This guy. This guy sent it. So, this guy let him follow him, and apparently the fake me said, yo, and this guy, Jesse, said, what's up? And then fake me said, I really need your help right now. And Jesse said, what's happening? And then fake me said, my other account was tripping. Can you help me with this just for me to get my other account back? So he was trying to get my login from other people because it says on the screenshot that you can request help from your friends and choose 2 friends who can confirm your identity. So then he can take over my Instagram.
Wait, he can, if other people say, that's like, you can do that?
That's what this screenshot says.
So he was trying to get other people to be dumb and get your other account taken over.
Yeah. And
that would have been bad.
So he was trying to take over my account and like shut me down or like do something crazy with it. And I'm like, what is happening? So I screenshotted it, put it on my story.
Do you have 2-factor authentication on your account?
Why would I do that? I mean, I don't know if I do.
You probably should check.
Yeah. No, I don't need that. I'll delete everything. And so, yeah, this guy tries to impersonate me, but I blocked him and reported him, and then I reported him again and again, and Instagram was like, yeah, we took it down, whatever. But what I'm here to say is that the haters never stop, and that the 2026 Player Hater of the Year is fully underway. And when I find out that Lindsey Reed made this burner account of me and it tried to start following all these people, it followed so many of my like other friends, and then now I'm over here trying to protect my identity, trying to get my name back, but instead, Samuel's trying to plug in his laptop. He's going crazy plugging in his laptop. But, yeah, people are trying to impersonate me. It's been a trying time, a trying and hard season for myself, really. And really, that was part 80 of Dane's manifesto.
And that, now my computer's getting charged.
Nice.
So, yeah, that stinks. Yeah, I saw that account. And by the time I looked for it, it looked like it was already taken down.
Oh, yeah. I was trying to take it down.
So shout out to
They're trying to bring me
fake
down.
Dane.
It's the internet. It's
getting
the
taken
government.
down. Yeah. So here we go.
Sam's little known facts, out of the box and off the tracks. Oddball genius that knows about tax. Sam's little known facts, and he never listens to Jack.
Never to Jack.
Samuel's little known facts, part 26. Here's some quick hits for you. The Hollywood sign used to say Hollywood Land. Blue whale tongues can weigh as much as an elephant.
That's gross.
That's pretty fun. M&Ms were the first candy that was eaten in space. Lions can sleep up to 21 hours in a day.
That's all, like Lindsey Reed time.
And there's a planet made almost entirely of diamonds.
No, there's only 8 planets.
And now, it's time for Jokes with Jack.
Where does a king keep his armies? In his sleeveys.
What?
And now, it's time for...
So Jack's jokes suck.
I finally got it. He
It is-
keeps his armies and his sleeveys.
Oh.
His arms and his sleeves.
That's stupid.
We both stopped. I forgot to push the button.
I was like, what?
What was this joke? I didn't understand it. But we get it now, Jack. We do understand your joke. But we're not going to talk about it anymore because it's time for a different segment. Oh, Dane, I kind of like this beat. Do you have any songs you can sing for me?
Uh-huh. Yo. You hit record, we hit regret. The voice memos, the wildest yet. Hot takes, weird thoughts, midnight dreams. The one guy still chasing his dreams. Mumble nonsense, emotional flair. We play it back like we just don't care.
Voice memos.
Best one.
All right, I'm back with the Youth of America update. Yes, that's right. I am back to teaching. Just kidding. I'm only subbing 1 day a week. And yeah, so today was my first day subbing. It was at my school where I taught at the last 4 years. It's middle school. And today happened to be picture day. And if you are a teacher that doesn't teach cute little elementary kids, if you teach middle school or high school, you're like, oh my gosh, I hate picture day because the kids act crazy just to get their picture taken. Anywho, I'm in the gym with this class that I'm subbing for, no big deal. And thank goodness, by the way, that it was my school because I know the procedures, I know the routines, I know where we take pictures, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, I'm in the gym with my class, and right next to us, there's a couple other classes waiting in line to get their picture taken. And it's 9:30 in the morning, and these two girls literally just start fighting, like rolling on the ground fighting.
Yes.
And I'm like, oh my, wow, it's my first day back. And yeah, so that happened, which isn't really a surprise if you know my school, but I just was like, man, it's the second week of school and we're already throwing hands. But the class that I subbed for, this one kid, he kept calling me twin. He's like, hey twin, yo twin, what's up twin?
Yeah,
and
twin.
I just I don't know, but that is the youth of America. They are still vibrant and themselves. That's all I can say. Toodaloo.
Hear me out.
Love fights.
She was feeling left out, that she did not have enough Youth of America updates because Shepard was being too good of a kid.
No.
Too good of a kid.
Every time he's on the phone, he's always crying.
I know, but there wasn't enough content there. And she's like, I can't do it with you, Shepard. This is not enough. So she's like, I have to substitute or whatever, at least once a week, to get more content for the Youth of America updates.
He's not pulling his weight around here. He's
She
pooping his weight.
teaches because she cares about the pod.
That's not it. She is also pooping her weight. But Shepard is pooping his weight.
But thank you for that Youth of America update, Lindsay. We really do appreciate that. So shout out. Also, shout out to Lindsay calling us out, because in our post of us biting our medals after the race, she was like, it's wild that you tagged the Olympics.
Yeah,
And
the
hear me
Olympics
out.
are cowards.
I tagged the Olympics and Team USA. But that's because we are athletes.
We're going to be on Team USA pretty
We
soon.
are going to be on Team USA or in one of the Olympics. Whichever one that is, we don't know yet. We'll have to cut off a leg.
Voice memos.
Yeah. So shout out. Thank you for those voice memos. If you want to send one via Instagram, do that and we can play it on a future episode. But now we're going to go to some Spotify responses. One of which was from episode 139. Elizabeth Virgil said, just had to say, I got the Danielle Reed joke immediately. I don't remember the joke because it was a few episodes ago.
Maybe.
But I think it was funny. Oh, wait, no, I made the joke, I think. Talking about Danielle Reed, and you're like, what? And I was like, well, Danielle Reed.
Exactly.
Yes.
But girl Reed.
Yeah. I don't remember everything else, but I think that's what I said. Anyways, also on episode 139, we had a poll.
Yeah.
And on this poll, wait, did I do this right? Wait a second. Oh, man. I am a fool. There's more comments on 139.
Wow.
Dang it. I have to go back. I'm really sorry that I messed this up. But anyways, in the meantime, while that loads, we had a poll, and it was who had the better inventions list. And with 57.1% of the vote, Dane had the better inventions list.
My inventions were amazing.
Do you remember any of them?
Let's see.
While you look for that, I'll pull up the other episode 139 comments because I had my stuff out of order, and I thought,
air conditioning, Mountain Dew, fantasy football, tacos.
okay, whatever. But yes, so that, man, I can't. Oh, man, I went to episode 140. I am a fool right now.
You just click on 139.
Here we go. Now I'm there. So yeah, Elizabeth Virgil, we got the Danielle Reed joke in there. Angela Birdwell put, Samuel, don't let Dane harass you for getting things for free or almost free. It's pretty smart to get your season tickets that way. And Dane, congrats on the new job.
Harassment.
Yes. Atomic R Guy put Dane calling out Samuel for being inappropriate when just seconds before he said he sleeps with a fan every night is pure hypocrisy.
That's crazy.
And for the record, if leaving a comment makes me a fan of the show, delete this now.
Sure does.
I don't want to be involved with any podcast host. That's a good comment. And then you put, whoa, that's crazy.
Yeah, I remember reading that one. I was like, wow, this is out of pocket.
Yeah. Jack Holmgren put, Dane, I hate this thing in my life. Samuel, why though? Dane, well, there was this girl I dated.
No.
There's a lot of good comments on this episode. Another one was from AJ404 who put, the ice cream sundae A&W is actually fire. Ali Hoopy put, I haven't listened to this yet, but just had a comment that this not being posted on Monday absolutely messed me up. It had me questioning what day it was and ultimately my whole life.
Hear that? You're messing people up, Samuel.
Yeah, well, I had to test some audio quality things, and I could only check it if it uploaded early. Sorry for making you question live. And she put, I'll allow it. And then finally, Joshua Schmitz put, the new episodes earlier every week prank gets me every timer.
Prank.
Yeah, it was a prank. So shout out. And then we have episode 140. Some more comments because, like we said, we recorded early. So that's why we have so many responses right now. And Jack Holmgren put, Samuel calling out Michael bromancing and making inappropriate jokes while Dane runs with a banana in his pocket makes this is the GTA version of the Until Next Week podcast.
It is.
That he wrote that weird.
I love
This
GTA.
is the GTA version of the Until Next Week podcast.
Sorry, it's the Florida school system.
Yeah. Hashtag slander Samuelson.
Yes.
Am I right, Alvaro? Okay. Nathan put, why do Dane and Jack have the same laugh? Are they both real people or is one the other's alter ego?
Or is an imposter on the loose? Probably both.
Jack just said he's the communist version of me.
Samuel is the communist version of me.
Yeah. Speaking of the communist version of me, Keenan A. Smith jumped in here
Dang it.
and he put the banana debacle was fantastic, which I did re-listen to that and like, wow, we riffed on this for a while.
We talked about the banana in my pocket.
And then we got to the end and then you're like, oh, wait, we're still Samuel's little known facts. I forgot where we were.
I don't know how we got there.
You
but
just, I don't,
I
it
was
was
just talking
crazy.
about the banana, how I
Yeah.
ran with the banana in my pocket.
Yeah, it was good.
I stand by it. It was a good idea.
That was a good, I should have made that into a clip. I still could, I guess.
I need a banana.
And then we had a poll question, which was, will the Chiefs win their division? And 60% of people said definitely.
Well, they're already
But
down again.
currently, they're on pace for 0 wins and 17 losses.
I picked the Broncos to win.
Yeah. And then finally, we had a comment from episode 138. And Elizabeth Virgil said on there, Dane saying feeling Lindsay's pregnant belly made him want to throw up was wild.
It does.
Yeah. I mean, it's just facts. Don't do it. We already threw up today enough.
Yeah, I know.
We don't need to do it again. But yeah, those are all our responses. So shout out to all of y'all. But most of all, shout out to our number one sponsor of the week, Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Dane, do you have a little word for us?
I'm teaching over 2 Samuel 7 tomorrow at 5 p.m. instead of 11 a.m., which will help me out for tomorrow. I need to just memorize it a little better, get the plane landed a little better.
Shout out.
How to end it and how to transition and all that jazz. But specifically over verses like, I think it's 1 and 2, and then 8 through 13, and then the rest of the chapter. And so, essentially, what's happened going into 2 Samuel 7 is that Saul dies, and then his children die as well. And then David gets made king, and then there's peace everywhere around him. There's peace on all sides. The Ark of the Covenant has now entered back into the people of Israel's promised land. And now there's, like, David is sitting there. And he's in this, like, they said it's a cedar palace. And he's sitting there and he's like, man, this is awesome. And he looks at the Ark of the Covenant and it's still in the tabernacle, which is a fancy tent, essentially. And then he's saying, hey, the Ark of the Covenant is a meeting place for the Lord and it doesn't deserve to be in some fancy tent. In fact, it needs to have a big temple built for it. And then God says these things. He says in verse 8, now, therefore, thus you shall say to my servant David, he's telling the prophet Nathan to tell his good friend David this thing. It says, thus says the Lord, I took you from the pasture, from following the sheep, that you should be prince over my people Israel. And I have been with you wherever you went, and have cut off all of your enemies from before you. And I will make for you a great name, like the name of the great ones of the earth. And I will appoint a place for my people Israel, and I will plant them so that they may dwell in their own place and be disturbed no more. And violent men shall afflict them no more as formerly. For the time that I appointed, from the time that I appointed judges over my people Israel, and I will give you rest from all of your enemies. Moreover, the Lord declares to you that the Lord will make you a house. When your days are fulfilled and you lie down with your fathers, I will raise you up, or I'll raise up your offspring after you, who shall come from your body, and I will establish your kingdom. He shall build a house for my name, and I will establish the throne of his kingdom forever. So, this is huge right here. This is what's called the Davidic covenant. So we have the Abrahamic covenant, the Mosaic covenant, and then now the Davidic covenant. And so this is basically saying is that from the line of David will come the Messiah. And so this is like huge. And it was funny whenever I started preparing this week, I was like, man, I hope this is an easy lesson. I can kind of get done faster. And then I read, oh, it's just the Davidic covenant promising the coming Messiah, aka Jesus. So, okay, cool. That's no big deal.
Yeah.
Kids probably don't need to know that one.
Yeah.
You
can always dig into that later.
It's huge. And then I found a bunch of videos on it and a bunch of articles on it, which made my study longer. And I was like, it's good, but also I was just like, man, I have notes, or I have like a page and a half of notes. And what I do is I have different slides, and I'll put like scripture or like one main point on each slide, and then I have notes for that slide. And I have like a page and a half for just 6 slides. And I'm like, this is crazy. And so now I'm studying it, and some of the important facts that we see through here is that God's omnipresent, which means he stands outside of time, and that he is past, present, and future. Like he's in all of it. Like he was in the time like when George Washington was around, he's in the time of 2025, and he's in the time of the year 3000. And this is important because God
where they lived underwater, right?
Yeah, where they live underwater.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'll see if the kids get that tomorrow. They won't. But then we see, maybe I'll say 2067.
Don't do that. That's stupid.
Oh, 67. They'll love it. It'll be great. They hate it when I do it.
They're like, oh, Dane.
Like, oh, you're so old. Whatever. You're just mad I figured out their slang.
Yeah.
But so then so he stands outside time, and so he knows everything that was and is to come. That's what I think. What was it? Is it in Revelation or is it in Isaiah? I don't know. We're so kind of like angels are singing, or these beasts are singing. I think it's in Revelation. Mm-hmm. These beasts are singing to the Lord, holy, holy, holy is the Lord God Almighty, who was and is to come. And so what we see now is that God is like in charge of everything, and like we're not like. Our view of ourselves should not be one of that we can out-sin the cross, because if we could out-sin the cross, then Jesus would have died for nothing. And we like think that, oh man, we are so like downright wrong, and that we don't deserve to be walking into like church. I've had people tell me like, oh, I'd burst into flames if I walked in the church, but that's not true, because everybody in the Bible who could not qualify to work at a church nowadays, especially not David. I wouldn't let him around my wife for sure. And then Nah.
No.
And yet, we still think that we can out-sin the cross, even though Jesus knew what he was purchasing when he went to the cross. And so, he's outside of time, and this is really, really good news for us. And he can see the promise covenant here, and he knows exactly what he needs to do for his people. And so, Jesus is promised through the Davidic covenant here in 2 Samuel 7. Jesus.
Shout out. Number 2, sponsor of the week, Jake Trust and Art. Pretty Ricky and Reverend Bangs. Yes, Jake Trust and Art is almost done with a very nice looking painting. So if you need a painting of whatever, and I say whatever,
here's his phone number, 41.
Yep. You know it. Pretty Ricky is just staying pretty.
I saw him. We went to an engagement party today.
Did he look pretty?
Yeah, he changed his outfit, and then he so the girl who got engaged is a part of this house, and they call it the Oasis. And there's 5 girls in there, and 4 of them have boyfriends / fiancés / husbands.
Yeah.
So all of those 4 guys all took an engagement photo too, because the girls all took the photos.
That's fun. Nice. And then Reverend Banks, he
ran 7 miles today.
Yeah, but he did not win a trophy like us.
No, he didn't. He's running in the Bass Pro Half.
Yeah. Shout out. And then finally, our third sponsor of the week. Yes, we got to give it to the Swifties everywhere.
Wow.
Because
congratulations.
The Travis Swift. I'm so stupid. Taylor Swift and the future Travis Swift engagement.
True.
I also did receive a screenshot from Lauren that I want you to read on your laptop if you reopen it. If you scroll down, it's the NFL Explained for Swifties, new to football, and she wanted you to read this out loud.
Nice for Dane. The NFL Explained for Swifties, new to football. Point number 1, you have 4 tries, downs, to go for 10 yards. Point number 2, if you make a first down, you keep the ball and the cycle repeats. If you don't, the other team gets the ball. Point number 3, you can score touchdowns for 6 points or kick a field goal for 3 points. Number 4, dang it, this is ridiculous. The Dallas Cowboys always suck no matter how much their fans will try and convince you otherwise, and it's a picture of Taylor cheering.
It got me off guard. I did not expect
Well, yeah,
that.
the first 3 are like legitimate points. It's like, okay, you're hitting, I guess, kind of the big ones.
Yeah.
And
then the last was like, oh.
that's one of the more popular like themes of accounts now is like, let me explain football terms for the girlies so that you can impress your boyfriends or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, everybody quit being pick me girls.
Yeah. But the last one, I was like, oh, okay, that's good.
Whatever.
That's good.
Everybody's always trying to hate out here because the haters gonna
hate. And speaking of hate,
we hate
that the episode's almost over.
True.
But if you want to reach out to make clips for us to go on our YouTube as well, reach out. Or if you want to buy a $30 shirt shipped to you. Or if you want more than one, we can work out a better deal. Just hit me up and we can get that figured out. Also, if you need 2 Friday Pickleball paddles from Friday Pickleball, use the code Samuel14434 and you get an extra $5 off your order with the best deal in pickleball right there. And also, Dane's ministry support link is in the bio. So if you want to help him out as well, click that. That would be awesome. Also, keep telling your friends if you enjoy the podcast. Leave 5 stars like all of you have done so far. Leave voice memos.
Thank you, Ryder.
Follow our Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. And thank you again for listening to episode 141 of the Until Next Week podcast.
I'm going to give me some tacos.